OG, we OG. Oh no, G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got D or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got D or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Rooms is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro. Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yeah, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, like it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nuki on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me. Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it stop? Nobody knows. It's a revolution, ayy. Bitcoin is the one, no substitution, ayy. With Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal Revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystem. What is up, guys? We have an amazing show for you guys today. We are live from the Ordinal Hour, and it's going to be an absolute amazing one, guys. The U.S. government is selling, but we are not, right? We're not selling. We're never selling, guys. We're holding our Bitcoin until the day we die. We will die with our Bitcoin, but we might trade it for some JPEGs, right? We might trade it for some runes. But besides that, we're not selling. And then when we do that, the whole goal is to get more Satoshis to die with, right? So just playing. But we had some video. We had a HBO documentary last night that absolutely sucked. It was terrible. I feel like the guy who made it wasn't even a real Bitcoiner. He was just like somebody who saw an opportunity to create something and kind of jumped into it. So me and Yagobi will get into that. Obviously, I mentioned earlier, but the government's about to sell $4 billion in Bitcoin. Coinbase adding the Taproot wallet to their thing, and I'm gonna let you guys know why I don't think this is a big deal. Bitcoin Amsterdam is going on right now, so you gotta remember Bitcoin Nashville was about a couple months ago in July, and now we have Bitcoin Amsterdam, and we have Jack Mallers and Alan Back speaking. And then we have a lot of news covering the ordinal sector as well, so stay tuned for that, guys. But without further ado, bring in my partner here, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What's going on?
What's up, man? How are you doing, man? How's everything from your neck of the woods?
Doing well. The U.S. announced that they're going to sell down Bitcoin, and so I think they're probably getting a little front ran. We talked about this pre-show. Someone else probably getting out a little bit before them, but that's kind of what they deserve, right? They deserve to sell a cheaper Bitcoin. But yeah, so I think this could be, one of the last hiccups, in my opinion. I still think that we're going to end the month, in the green. We'll see. Maybe this will be an anomaly year, but that documentary last night, also watched it and have some mixed feelings on there. I kind of feel like he had to pick somebody with that documentary. And I think he just kind of was like, okay, this is, who I have right now, even though probably didn't feel very confident with it.
Yeah, definitely. We'll get into that. First thing I want to say is that anyone who is in Florida, I definitely want to make sure you guys are safe. Take all precautions to, get out of there, evacuate if you can. I'm hearing Milton's going to be very, very serious, maybe the biggest one since Katrina. So definitely want you guys to, if you're there, I know Kai Effect and some other people from the chat are there. So be, guys, we we got to live, so we can sell our Bitcoin at $1 million. So just to do what you guys need to do that. But yeah. Jumping into some stuff here, we just jumped into it, but we'll continue it. U.S. government to sell 4 billion in Bitcoin soon. The U.S. Supreme Court granted permission for the U.S. government to sell 69,370 Bitcoin that were seized from the Silk Road marketplace. So I see this as a way to refill FEMA. I don't know if this is accurate or not, so take this with a grain of salt, but I feel like this administration's like, okay, we gave away everything that was in FEMA. We weren't ready for this. Where can we get a couple $1 billion from? Oh yeah, we have that Bitcoin, right? So that's just kind of where I see it and why we're selling right now.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, right? They got a ton of backlash for how they handled the floods in North Carolina from the first hurricane there, and so I think they're just kind of prepping in case there's going to be a situation to where they look so bad that like it affects this upcoming election, and they just, I guess in their mind, they want to have a shot, and because it seems like they're losing grasp of what's happening with that event, and so yeah. I agree with you, man. This is probably the easiest way to replenish any type of like emergency funds, right? So I don't know how this works in terms of, the DOJ, getting approval from the Supreme Court to sell this down, and then it, everything has to be transparent, right? So we'll see if it gets transferred to FEMA.
Yeah, we'll see. That's the question, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, it just seems like every major event, like right before we gave a huge amount of money to Ukraine, we sold Bitcoin. It's just over and over and over. It's like every time we sell Bitcoin, we give it somewhere else, right? So, and that seems like what's going to happen here. But I'm not worried. As long as we get proper regulation this cycle, I think none of this matters for Bitcoin. They can sell it all the way down, but if we do keep the same administration, we're going to get the same thing. So it's up to you as U.S. voters where you want Bitcoin to go next. If you can either vote one way or the other, and it really affects Bitcoin. So I mean, I'll just leave it at that. But moving along here, Coinbase assets. We're pleased to announce that Coinbase.com users can now send Bitcoin to Taproot addresses, creating access to more on-chain destinations. So, what was your original thought with this?
Well, I think everybody kind of, took it and ran with it in our space because it was a great marketing headline as well. But when you hear Taproot, you got to think about the Bitcoin ecosystem, ordinals, runes, like everything that happens over here. A majority of people are using their Taproot address, right? So people got bullish about that. Who knows? It could be a way for them to hint that they are setting up infrastructure to receive runes, to receive, maybe ordinals for like an NFT marketplace that they're going to try to create with Bitcoin. I mean, if you look at Magic Eden's success, the main metric that sticks out compared to OpenSea and Blur is that they adopted Bitcoin ordinals. And look what happened to them. Let's fast forward from that moment, 12 months, 13 months, and they're the number one volume platform, right? So I think that people are starting to see that like in the longer stretch of things, it's a good idea to kind of adopt what we have going on over here.
Yeah, 100%. I if this was Binance, I would say 100% they're getting ready to add runes and stuff like that. But Binance already has Taproot addresses because they have BRC20s, right? So Coinbase does not. Coinbase has never added BRC20s. They've never added any asset from our neck of the woods here. But so I started thinking deeper into why Coinbase would add Taproot, and I came across two big things that doesn't include adding runes or adding ordinals. The first thing is reduced transaction fees. So Taproot allows for more complex transactions, multi-sig and stuff like that, to appear as the same regular transactions, thereby reducing the size of the transaction data and the fees. So that's one of the things. So reduce transaction fees. They do a lot of multi-sig and stuff like that. So it's it's not a lot of money, but in a bull run when Bitcoin over here is booming and when Sats per VByte is super high, that's when that's going to be a huge difference, right? So that is one of the reasons. And the second reason is enhanced privacy. Taproot increases privacy by making complex transaction for simple into simple ones. This would help users on Coinbase conduct more private transactions, which would be attractive feature for customers concerned about blockchain transparency. So basically, another thing So when you're doing stuff with Coinbase, it's not going to be open to the public. It'll just be between you and Coinbase, which will give you that privacy that only you and them share. So this is another reason why the Taproot wallet was put in my opinion. But I would love it for them to come out within the next 2 months and say, hey, we just added Dog, we've added BDC, Billion Dollar Cat, and many others. That would be phenomenal. But when you start looking deeper, there is other reasons why they would do this.
Yeah, but I think if you really, think about the fact that they are adding it, it just gets them one step closer to our ecosystem, right? And so, yes, they can save money on fees and this and that, but like at the end of the day, when the volume is up and sats per vbyte is high, you're still going to pay quite a bit, and that's why they have platforms like I think what is it? Can't remember the name of it. Is it Anamica or anyways, it's the mempool hedging platform that we went over, right, with Leo. And so they do that even though they use their Taproot address, because they, if the volume's high, they're going to pay high fees. And so I don't think it's only because of that. I think it's because there could also be something else coming, like institutional, you know what I'm saying, that is utilizing the Taproot address, because it seems like the Taproot address is the address for on-chain economy for Bitcoin. I think that's
100%.
fair to say, right?
Yeah. I mean, 100%. I mean, you got to remember too that Michael Saylor is creating something, right? We don't really understand it completely because he hasn't put it out a lot of it, but this could be something. And Coinbase is a custodian for MicroStrategy, so this could be something that they're doing as well. But again, this opens up, things to make it easier to add runes, to add BRC20s, to add, potentially maybe in other ways add ordinals, because obviously Coinbase doesn't do NFTs. I think they have an NFT platform, but it's not heavily utilized.
Yeah. Well, I think they have it for their base chain, but
Okay.
I don't know if they have it for anything else, because I think they have to support that, right? So
Yeah. All right, let's get into the next thing here. So HBO put out the documentary last night, and I watched it pretty much like first 45 minutes, and I just thought it was trash. The guy who created it doesn't seem like a Bitcoiner at all. He just seems like a journalist, and he's been said he's in Bitcoin since 2017. He did do some mining and stuff like that to really get an understanding of it, but he didn't understand the beginnings of Bitcoin, in my opinion. I read a bunch of books on the beginnings of Bitcoin, especially the one it's called Digital Gold by Nathaniel Poppins. It was actually an amazing book, but it really dug in to the early days, and he actually interviewed Hal Finney. Hal Finney was actually talking about a lot of it to him, and that's why the book was written. So I think I have more knowledge than this guy would have in the early days, but it did seem like he pinpointed somebody. His name was Peter Todd. Peter Todd denies HBO's claim that he is Bitcoin creator Satoshi Nakamoto. I don't think it's him at all. If you watch the show, then you know who I think it is. I think it's Adam Back, Nick Szabo, and Hal Finney. That's who I've always thought. Peter Todd, did he have, was he a part of this group? Maybe. But I think it's a group of 4 to 5 people, including, I think, Dorian Satoshi Nakamoto, who worked for the government at the time, might have been the inspiration for Bitcoin, but I don't think he had anything to do with the team. But in my opinion, that it's a group of 4 to 5, maybe 6 people, and they were all cypherpunks in the very early days, hashed cash and all that stuff. So that's my opinion, but I'm curious to your opinion on this entire documentary.
yeah, it kept me watching just because we knew that that he was going to make a guess right at the end. But I think if anybody guessed that it was Peter Todd, that there was just obvious signs that it's not him. There's no way that guy is Satoshi Nakamoto, because he's very how do I say this? He seems like he liked the attention, right? He liked to play the games there. He was like, I am Satoshi Nakamoto. I am Satoshi Nakamoto, right? But then he'd be like, I'm just kidding. I'm not. So I definitely don't think it's him. But at the end of the day, it was cool because it did shine a light on Bitcoin, at least, to maybe some noobs, maybe some normies that don't mess with it at all. But I think Adam Back to me is just such an interesting character, right? It's almost kind of like he's like Gandalf, where like he has like this like moral duty to do these things, and so like if I had to pick, I would feel like it would be him. But like who knows and who cares? Like we don't care. We don't want to know. I don't want to know. That's the great part of it, right? Is like we don't know. We're all Satoshi. Whenever people start saying that, that really sticks with me.
Yeah. I did learn something too. I learned that there is a way to burn your keys in Bitcoin that I didn't know about. I didn't know that. I mean, I knew what we can send to Satoshi's wallet, obviously, right? So Satoshi could have burned his keys away, but he never did that. So what I'm thinking is I'm almost 100% positive that Adam Back in some way had his fingers in this, maybe with maybe just as an advisor or some kind. But the fact that he was very high in the message boards in the early days of cypherpunks, and then in 2008 just kind of went dead silent, and then never really came back to the cypherpunk message boards, and then he enters the Bitcoin cipher boards or whatever, that's the Bitcoin chat rooms, I guess, forums, I guess you would say. And in 2013, asking questions about Bitcoin when it was obvious that like he did the Wikipedia, like he changed stuff on Wikipedia in 2011, and it just seems so obvious that he was trying to hide something in so many different ways. It just makes it obvious that he's a part of the team that is Satoshi Nakamoto.
Yeah, but it's to me, I don't want to know. I don't like. Who cares? Who cares who it is? But I do love the history of it. The history goes deep. And
Yeah.
the cypherpunk history was awesome because like you see all those
Yeah.
names on there, and the obvious part of Craig Wright coming in, and like it's so obvious from the jump that like that was like a move for Gavin and everybody on the big blocker side to try to win over the decisions of the Bitcoin core, right? And it was just like so sloppy, came out of nowhere, and then like Satoshi Nakamoto wouldn't be like, oh, I'm Satoshi Nakamoto, so I think that's hilarious, right? But even who was it? Roger Ver was like, thanks, Craig. You pretty much ruined our chances, But it's so funny.
Yeah, man. I do think that one day, Adam Back, maybe he'll put it in his eulogy or something, or have a video at the end when he passes, that he says that I think he's good. He wants credit for it, but not while he's alive.
We'll see. But there's a comment here from West Bottoms Market. It says, but what would knowing who Satoshi is matter? I think it would matter if it was like someone that was not a good person that is still alive, right? That's why it would matter. People would freak out. But, at the end of the day, I think that there's large enough institutions that are involved with it that they would do everything to make sure that like that Bitcoin doesn't move.
It would matter though in a lot of ways, because I feel like if Satoshi came out and he said, "Hey, we want OpCap back in. I want OpCap back in Bitcoin." I feel like that would bring a lot more attention to that. Like I'm just using OpCap as an example, but it could be anything. If the person came out and said, "I'm going to move one Satoshi from one wallet to another to prove that I am Satoshi Nakamoto," or 410, whatever the limit is, I'm going to move the smallest amount of Satoshi to one wallet to another to show that I am Satoshi. It's proven. That person is looked at like a hero. He's probably going to get investigated, put in jail. But if he came out and said, "Hey guys, I want these changes added to Bitcoin," that could be a big deal.
Yeah. Well, you saw in the documentary what his, whenever they were going back and forth from the small blockers to the large blockers block group, they couldn't come to a resolution until he came back online in 2015 and said, "No, we need to go with the small blocks." And then that pretty much killed the whole thing. And then that's what was the move with the large blockers that brought Craig Wright into it and all that stuff to try to make a desperation last move, which didn't work at all. So
100%. Yeah. And that could be a difference again between the next upgrade to Bitcoin. Or the next non-upgrade to Bitcoin.
I don't know. I think at this point we just say he's not here, and then Taproot was added without him, so we'll see.
Yeah, but Taproot's I got you. We'll just keep going. Taproot's a little different than adding an opcode, because Taproot was just basically an upgrade for privacy and stuff like that. So that was an easy add-on because it was everyone was like, yeah,
consensus.
Yeah. So Bitcoin Amsterdam 2024 is happening today and tomorrow. Key speakers are Jack Mallers and Adam Back. This is a big deal because Nashville was such a huge deal, but you're not hearing people talk about this the way they were talking about Nashville, right? Why do you think Nashville was such a bigger deal than Amsterdam?
because it is the conference of the year for
Yeah.
the Bitcoin magazine, right? So
Okay.
it's the Bitcoin conference in America. So it happens once a year, and it's always going to be the biggest, like. But I do like the fact that they're doing like Bitcoin Europe with Bitcoin
Yeah.
Amsterdam, and then Bitcoin Asia. It was in Hong Kong last time, so excited to see where it's going to move to next year. But yeah, so that's the reason why, in my opinion. But hey, the thing is that some of these OGs are speaking at this one, and I don't remember them speaking in Nashville, but maybe we just missed that.
Well, they spoke. Both of them spoke, but it was just so like quiet because it was like, oh, JFK speaking a few hours afterwards and
RFK,
stuff
yeah.
like that. RFK, yeah, was speaking. But yeah, so in Bitcoin Amsterdam, Adam Back did. They asked him about it again. He said, "We will never know who Satoshi is." So that was another that was from his response on watching the documentary last night. So that's what he said. But yeah, so will a huge Bitcoin ecosystem rally continue? So the last couple weeks we had this this uptrend back to 64. Will we continue this uptrend?
Yeah, so I mean, like I was mentioning earlier, the news with the U.S. selling down $4 billion did, tank it a bit, but it is coming back above 62,000. It broke below 62,000 during that news, and so it's kind of restabilizing. Like I said, even if we do have the FUD from, well, it's not. Yeah, it is FUD, I guess you would say, because it's still fear, uncertainty, and doubt. But like, I don't think it's going to be like how it was in June, July, and August in terms of like these sell downs. I don't think it's going to go to like low 50s or anything like that. I think it'll be a quick rebound. And a quick rebound would be kind of a slap in the face of the U.S. in my opinion. So it's kind of what they deserve if they're going to sell $4 billion of Bitcoin before Q4 really takes off. That's their fault. So that's the Bitcoin side. In terms of the ecosystem, man, it's still going, dude. You have $1 billion cat. Everybody knows I love $1 billion cat. I have the glasses. I have the memes running every single day. I create the lore, but it's at 7 cents. This is the highest I've seen it. It might have peaked a little bit higher than this, but not much. It's up 14%. It's at 70.8 million. You look at Psycho Hamster, another meme that's jumped up. It's number 2 in 24-hour volume. So the ecosystem is still there. It's still pumping, and I think unless Bitcoin does something crazy that does go to the low 50s and it just rebounds quickly after the US sells down the Bitcoin, I think that we see this Rune and Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystem, and probably perhaps stuff outside a little bit more at that second level of the ecosystem pump into Q4. So
yeah, I agree. Q4 is gonna be big. 100% agree. I think Q4 is gonna be massive. But when that starts, I don't know. If you watch the show, then I know that that I'm thinking November 7th, November 8th is when we're going to start seeing that run up that doesn't stop. And that's one thing about a Bitcoin bull run that really gets people off guard is that it doesn't stop when it starts. Like if you remember 2020, I want to say December 13th, 2020, it just started to run. And every time someone thought it was going to stop, it just continued. It went all the way until about, I want to say almost February, and then it kind of went sideways a little bit. And then Elon came out with the news that Tesla was going to accept Bitcoin as payment for Teslas, and then you saw it go to 50, 60,000. So I'm kind of expecting something like that again. But is that going to start in December? Will it start, in November? I don't know.
Yeah, that's the question. Are they going to make us wait? And I don't think they'll make it. We both, and a lot of people in the space think that if a certain direction happens with November 5th, then it's going to blow the lid off, and so that would be like very, very interesting because I think that will happen very quick if it goes that way. If it goes the other way, I think it could be late November, early December.
Well, think about what happens after November 5th if it goes the way we want it to go. You're going to see people like Gary Gensler resign. That's a boom for Bitcoin. You're going to see people like, that are inside there that, maybe their names aren't as big, but they have positions. That position resigns. You're going to see that go all the way through. You're going to see resignations all the way to the end of the year of people that really shouldn't be there anyway because they don't understand crypto, right? If you don't understand the crypto, you shouldn't be advising it in any way from any part, right? So you should have a full understanding of it, and we're gonna have real people that really understand decentralization and stuff like that really take their jobs starting January. So you could see it really start November 7th, November 8th, and 10th. Which is what resignations in general, and then Trump coming out and saying Ross is being freed and stuff like that, and this is going to happen, and this is our plan, and then actually having a Bitcoin plan before January. Oh my God, dude, it could completely explode with just people expecting things to happen, right? And then when it gets in office, you might see buy the rumor, sell the news type of event as well.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, let's kind of get into the Bitcoin fear and greed here. So yesterday was a 49. Last Friday was a 49. Last Thursday was a 42. Where do you think we're at today? And I'll give you this hint.
Wait. What was yesterday? A 42?
49.
49. Okay. So I'm gonna say
last week was a 42. Last Thursday.
I'll say
last
40.
Wednesday.
I'll say 44.
49.
Nope.
We
49.
are not
Interesting.
You know what this tells me though? That people aren't afraid of the US selling. Because that news came out last night before 8 o'clock.
You sure?
And yeah, I'm pretty sure it came out yesterday. I knew about it yesterday, right before I put a tweet out that I put it at 8 o'clock. So I'm pretty positive that people are not afraid of the U.S. dumping their Bitcoin at this point. I mean, they've done it so much.
Yeah,
it just sucks that the U.S. is going to have to buy back higher.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a different plan for different people in charge and stuff. So, that does suck though. If they're gonna end up buying it back in, let's say, like summer of next year or whatever. If they're smart, they probably wait until the bear market comes back and then try to get some more. But we'll see. But the fear and greed being stable, we've talked about it. That's bullish in my opinion. Like bad news, good news. It's kind of stabilized in the fear and greed score hasn't like jumped, drastically in the last week and a half. It's been staying around 3 points spread. I love that actually, because what that tells me is it's like consolidation and stabilization, and then eventually the lid gets blown off.
100%. Now, I actually think that'll be the top. When the U.S. buys Bitcoin for the first time and not confiscating it, but actually buying it from, it's probably going to be an OTC deal. I think that'll be the cycle top, because I think a lot of people are going to know about that and front run it, and then you can see other governments dumping on the U.S. Right. So that'll be, to my opinion, when that happens, that'll be a buy the rumor, sell the ultimate buy the rumor, sell the news. And that'll be a cycle top, and I think that happens like November of next year. But we will see.
Fair.
All right, let's get into the Bitcoin price action brought to you guys by the great people at BitPerp. BitPerp is going to be the leading leverage exchange platform in Bitcoin, in my opinion. They are focused a lot more than any other team with perps and 100x, and really bringing on your favorite runes, your favorite BRC20s, and your favorite Bitcoin assets. So that's why BitPerp is going to lead the charge, in my opinion, because not only will you be able to take 100x leverage on Mr. Yen, but you'll be able to do a lot more with a lot more assets from all over, from Fractal, from Merlin, from pretty much everywhere in Bitcoin. It's going to be exciting. But guys, we're giving away 5 VIP passes today within the next hour. So, and all you have to do, same thing you did yesterday, just put put BitPerp in the chat. Just write the word BitPerp in the chat, guys, and you will have an opportunity to win 5. And if you don't win today, you'll have that same opportunity tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow. We're gonna do this all the way till Friday, so you guys have at least 3 more chances to win. Today is day 3 of day 5, so look out for that, guys. Put put BitPerp in the chat. Let's wreck the chat with BitPerp, because they are going to be amazing, in my opinion. So let's do that. And guys, just so you guys know, as well as their paper trading contest goes live next week. So if you are a VIP, you're going to make out like a bandit on this. And if you're not a trader like me, you have an opportunity to really practice and really get caught up, because when BitPerp starts, come on, guys, we know what points are, right? So we'll just leave it at that. But airdrop hunting is always fun for me. But let's get it.
100%. And the prize of the paper trading competition is going to be a USDT prize. So I'll let them announce that on their Twitter of how much that's going to be. But get excited, guys. It's going to be fun. I'll be in there. Shizzy will be in there. Shizzy will be getting wrecked. I'll be crushing it. No, I'm just kidding. But guys, before we get into the Bitcoin price action, if you're on the YouTube side, please smash that like for us. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to our channel and turn the notifications on so you know when we go live. And on the X side, smash that like for us as well, and share this space so we can educate and onboard as many people to the Bitcoin ecosystem as possible. But let's get right into the Bitcoin price action. I am on the hour chart, guys. It looks like it bounced back up. We're sitting around 62,268 right now. We were, like I mentioned before, we were below 62,000. I'm very, very cautious right now, though, because the news of the U.S. selling, we don't know if they've started selling the $4 billion yet. So I'm not going to make take any positions. Do we know for a fact that they've started or not yet? Do you know?
So it'll be an OTC, so it won't affect the markets.
That's interesting because Germany did affect the
Germany's
markets
a bunch
before.
of a-holes. Yeah, they purposely affected the markets.
Gotcha. Okay, well, if it's OTC, then we probably won't see too much of a negative effect from it. But still, there could be still a psychological barrier of people, wanting to see what happens, right? So for me, I'm definitely cautious. I'm waiting for that kind of news to fade out. So I'm gonna wait for at least like another 3-4 days before I take any positions. But yeah, you can see here on the MACD on the hour chart that we did go into sell pressure, and that's lightening up, right? So we did go below 62,000, and we're starting to show this, this green candle really wicked up right here to 62,300. So it's really hard to say the direction that it's going to go for the second half of the day. That bad news could continue to create FUD, and people can continue to put that on the timeline and stuff like that, even if it is OTC. We've seen what the psychological FUD can do, right? So for me, staying out of the markets, and I'm probably seeing more of a chop. I said yesterday between 62 and 63,000, there wasn't going to be, too much either way. And that's exactly what happened yesterday. It was more of a sell down. But so for the second half of the day, can't really tell what's going to happen because, like I said, that psychological FUD is still out there. If anything, maybe bounce between 61.5, between 62.5. We'll see what happens. $1,000 swing. I know that seems like a lot, but that's what I'm thinking in my mind. But I'm staying out, just observing. The 8-hour chart, it did start to close up. This gives us a weekly forecast, right? You can see that we've had some sell down in the 8-hour chart. You see the buy pressure weakening here. We were kind of chilling in the middle of the stochastic RSI, not really showing any direction that we wanted to go to until yesterday, and then we showed down. So, this is not the best forecast, in my opinion, for the upcoming week, but this is what I'm seeing right now from the charts is probably hanging around like this low 60,000 range, right? And Shizzy, I was saying that, November 5th is really that date that we're going to have to wait till. And, I did have like this, and I still kind of do have this feeling that like we will finish October strong. But if the next week and a half, 2 weeks kind of give us this bounce between 60,000 and 64,000, then maybe we will have to wait until the beginning of November. And I'm okay with that. It's not that far away. But that is the one like piano that's hanging over our heads, right? Is like, okay, what's going to happen on that date? But yeah, guys, so just kind of cautiously optimistic still, though, that, for the rest of October, but we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing about Bitcoin is uncertainty. When people are uncertain, they're not willing to throw money at things. A lot of these rich guys, these really big whales, they're very smart traders, right? And they're momentum chasers. They're not guys who just put in, buy short, or like they'll put a little bit in, but they won't go hard right now unless they know for sure that their money's going to make money. And they're not in it to make huge amounts of money either. They're in it to, buy Bitcoin at 60,000 and sell at 90, right? You're going to see those people kind of leave the markets, and then they might have to FOMO back in if it gets absolutely nuts, but they don't care about that because all they have to do is they just want to make returns. And 30-40% on millions of dollars is a lot of money. And for those people to really start, we need them to really start the momentum train. And once that momentum train gets going, I mean, it could fly. So I think that's the big thing. They need to feel certainty that it is 100% going up. And I feel like with the one candidate, I feel like it's pretty certain that Bitcoin will have regulation that it needs to create dApps, and not just on Bitcoin, but on every chain, right? So, and that's the biggest problem. I mean, I said it yesterday. We don't have any dApps. Like, think of the dApps that we have. I mean, the last new one was Sats Pump Fun. or not Zeppelin. It was Pump That Fun. And before that, it was something Adam Back created in 2001, which was the V what are the VS thing or whatever. So I mean, we definitely need some regulation so people can actually put out what they've been building.
Yeah. Do you mean dApps on any chain or?
There's no dApps. Yeah, there's nothing new. There's no new technology in the last I want to say 2.5, 3 years. Like think about
Gotcha.
it for a second. Like, what do you think the last dApp was that
I
wasn't just
mean,
forks?
so poly market, right?
It's very yeah. I mean, it's very centralized though. I wouldn't really call that a dApp in that sense. I mean, they have smart
Um,
contracts and stuff that do. I mean, you could be right. You could be right. It could be a dApp, but I kind of see that as more as a centralized entity.
I mean, you could really argue that point for
Yeah.
almost everything. You know what I'm saying? So like that's
Well,
why I think that like if you're asking if there's any like new
yeah, you're
technology in
right.
the
I mean,
space, then Polymarket would be. But I mean, the point that I think you're trying to make is there's not a
yeah,
ton, and to unleash the gates, the floodgates
yeah,
for that, we need that regulation to have more stability and more foundation in terms of like a traditional business model behind it,
yeah,
right? I know this is not a traditional industry, but like there's fundamentals of business that carry over to every new innovative industry, right? And so that's the things that I think we're lacking over here. Some of these companies do have that, but we would have a lot more.
yeah, exactly. And a company like Facebook and like Tesla and stuff, they wouldn't want to put things like a dApp out, any type of dApp that they've been building and stuff like that, because they'd be afraid of someone using it. Because you don't need permission to access a lot of this stuff, so they'd be afraid of someone like North Korea or something to use it in a different way. And I don't mean those companies like Tesla and stuff, but like let's just say a company that wants to put something on the blockchain, but is afraid to get regulated in a certain way, and then their product just be kind of lost in the sauce. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
but I think we can see some examples that like tell us that like we're still moving forward, even if we're inching forward, right? Like PUSD is an example. I mean, that's a huge
Yeah,
risk. Like
yeah,
PayPal putting out a stable coin, like they obviously got the the tip of the hat from somebody because like they're too big of a corporation to
yeah.
risk that. So I think it's coming and they know it. It might not be the regulation that we want unless like you said November 5th goes a certain way.
100%. All right, let's kind of get into the roll call here. Let's see who is here. First is first. Let's see who was first. Well, a lot of comments today. Let's go. Webtro, congratulations to you, my friend. You were first. And if you're not first, you're last, right? No, I'm just kidding. But
Ricky
shout out to
Bobby.
you, my friend. Shout out to you, my friend Webdro. And we have Yasher, one of our mods. We appreciate Yasher so much, man. Lackey Lukey, one of the winners from yesterday. Lackey, you cannot win again today. But maybe you can. I don't know. Maybe you'll use a different wallet. But I'm just playing. And we got Spessy in here. Sir Cheetah is here. Shout out to you, my friend. He put BitPerp in here at 7:00 last night. So
Let's go.
he was definitely ready. We have Danny Boy, another one of our mods. Shout out to Danny. He's been with us forever. He said with a ribbit. I haven't heard ribbit in so long, bro. So long. I
Yeah,
think they're will they start ribbiting again?
I think they will start ribbiting again once Bitcoin rivets, right, and gets to a certain point. And you'll
Yeah.
start to see like these spaces start to pop up with these ordinal groups and stuff like that. But we got to be in a happy go lucky mood with Bitcoin, and we're just kind of
Yeah.
right now just stagnation. So
Sideways. Almost done is here. Steamy J is here. Ordinals chips, and then Ordinals tweets. Peace and Shizzy, and then we got pump. Mempo Punk is here. Glass Hopper is here. Only one. My man J25. Shout out J25, man. Okay, I can't say this one. Ayo, when October, my wife is tired of ramen noodle. Tell her just 3 more weeks of ramen noodle, and then you guys can eat steak. SBI is here. A noob 3D is here. Tim Baker, one of our mods. Congrats on your new partner. You guys are killing it. Thank you so much, Tim. We're gonna get into
appreciate
that. It's one
you.
of the topics. Fixed is here. Chain Watcher is here. Ooh. You want to hit this one?
Olu, Ola Chukwu Chijuka. Ola Chukwu
Shout out.
Chijuka.
Chota is here. I Walk Alone is here. My man Tiago is here. Fixed is here. West Bottoms Market. Good morning. I finally made it. Shout out to you, my friend. I don't remember saying your name before, but thank you for being here. I walk alone. Someone here every single day. Joko every single day, man. You guys are just killing it, man. Patrick Nan, dude, it's been a while, bro. Where have you been? You gotta be here more often, man. No, I'm just kidding. Coach Katz with the coffee and the donuts and the dog go to the moon. Shout out to Coach Katz, Cash Katz, my guy. Let's see. And then we have Nighthawk. He says, GM, everyone. That's my guy. He's out there doing Uber in the middle of the night, guys, making sure everyone gets to their right destination. Shout out to Nighthawk. No is here. And then Cheaty, that's our guy, man. What's up, guys? Bebe says Sergey Nazarov is Satoshi. Yeah, nah. Chris C is here. So you don't got the answer, Sway. All right. I think that's a thing what Kanye said to Sway one day or something. Kal-El, Superman himself is here. Starman, shout out to you, my friend. Chief Axel, Ant-Man, Crypto, OG Degen, Pelpa is here. Ant-Man is here. Almost done, 71. He is almost done. Johnny Utah is here. Chief Axel, Jason My Feet. I love that name.
That one gets me every time, dude. That one gets me. It was good seeing Johnny Utah, man. I haven't seen you in a while in the chat. Welcome back.
Yeah, it's been a while, man. John, you won yesterday. I don't know if you noticed or not, but you need to send me your wallet address. I didn't reach out to you, though. I will reach out to you. Rod is here. Big Rod has arrived. The show can finally start because Big Rod is here. He said Big Rod was here yesterday, but had to cook the big food. Shout out to Big Rod cooking the big food. I love Big Rod, man. That's my guy. Zeesh, all the way from Wales. Shout out to Zeesh, man. Saiba Rida is here. And then Space Monkey. And I think that is it. Shout out to every single one of you guys who makes roll call every single day. And I want you guys here every single day. No, I really appreciate every time you guys can watch.
Yeah, the attendance was insane today, guys. We love it. We love it. We love it. I mean, Bitcoin isn't doing too great today, and there was a big dump with bad news, and you guys still show up on Wednesday. 324 of you guys right now watching us. Thank you so much. You make what we do possible. So we appreciate it.
Yep. 100%. Remember we had the tap guy here yesterday, Tom. He basically said, we asked him what was October 21st. Well, we got that answer today. The tap TGE has been confirmed for October 21st. Yep. So but we're still waiting for everything on the roadmap that was before this, right? We haven't seen the marketplace. We haven't seen the wallet. We haven't seen something give. We haven't seen anything. So are you expecting this next week after Bitcoin Amsterdam to really be tap focused?
I do. And a lot of people have been saying, including builders in the tap ecosystem, that like the tap TGE has been like the thing that's held up a lot of, other tokens dropping from other builders. And so I imagine this is part of the reason why they haven't released other things, right? So you release the tap TGE, then you release all the tools and everybody's bullish on tap, right? So they go and run and they get tapped. So that's my thinking behind it. Let's see if that, correlates with what actually happens.
Yeah, 100%. All right. So $1 billion cat is running and holder count is jumping like crazy. You want to get into this?
Yeah, sure. Just I think yesterday or the day before, I saw the holder count of this at like 8,800 or something like that. It's at 9,121. So it's definitely jumping up pretty quick. Like you and I both called this a while ago that like the branding with $1 billion cat is just the best in terms of the Bitcoin B being the cat's eyes and the community kind of running and doing things for the community, right? Doing the website, you can make memes, you can do, GIFs and stuff like that. Excuse me. But also like the glasses, man. I love that, right? And then every event you go to, they have free t-shirts and free hats. So I just think that the community is running strong right now. It's 7.0735. So it hit an all-time high. I just saw people post about it on the timeline. This thing is running. I think this could be like one of those tokens that like wasn't expected to be the top meme. And it could, man. It could. Now, I know it has a lot of catching up to do to Dog, obviously, right? Like Dog is at like 388 million and it's only sitting at 73.46. But, it could really, really run, especially if one of these tier 1 exchanges picks it up just because they see the same thing that we saw in it with the branding and everything. So I don't know. I'm super bullish on it. Yes, I am. Full disclosure, I do hold it. Yeah, I've held it for a long time, though, a very, very long time. So, I have recently come out with the memes about it, just because I've found out that I have a passion for making memes now. So that's been really fun. But yeah, I'm super, super bullish on it. And
Yeah.
yes, you might be able to trade it on BitPerp maybe with the paper trading competition. We'll see.
No, you will be. You will be. That's definitely one of them. I'm pretty sure. So we'll see. But if not, we'll make sure that you can go 100x leverage on BTC. Nah. So yeah, this is huge. So we all know that once something new comes, there's always 2 or 3 memes that really lead the charge. And obviously, we know it's Leonidas and Dog Go to the Moon. But we don't know the other 2, right? We think they're going to be Pups and BTC, but only time will tell. But I mean, the way it's looking like the big 3 in runes are going to be, in this order of, Dog Go to the Moon, Pups, and BTC. And I'm saying that by market cap and market share, and by kind of what I'm seeing in the ecosystem. So
yeah, and you can see right here, this is the 7-day data here. The 7-day volume, 2.17 with Dog, no surprise there. 2.06 million with Pups, and then 1.72 million. Now, I know that Pups is going to definitely be in the top 3. They just have the community. They have the push. They got Farmer Joe, which at this point, I feel like he's just kind of like a VC at this point, right? Like he's traveling to all these Bitcoin conventions, kind of advising these new projects and stuff like that. So he has that like power there and influence, right? He's definitely built his influence up, and I got to hand it to him, because when I first came in the space, he was kind of like kind of like a mid-influencer in terms of like how much he could actually influence. And then Pups happened, and then obviously the Pups rune too. So then you see $1 billion cat. This is more of community driven, in my opinion. I feel like Dog is community driven, but you have Leonidas. Pups, you have Farmer Joe. $1 billion cat, who do you have? You got Bongo, you got A6, you got
I mean, you got the
else?
whole morning show.
Yeah, the Good Morning Bitcoin show.
Bitcoin.
Yeah. Right, and all that stuff. So, but if you look at the percentage gain, I mean, like Pups is crushing it, 152%, right? So, but that was expected. I feel like with Pups, it's just kind of like, when do we need to deploy the capital with the community, right? But BDC is building that community there. A couple of other ones, Based Internet Panda, they're almost to 10. I mean, they're almost to 9, but I think they get to 10 pretty easy. They've really picked up this narrative, and then Psycho Hamster, man, shout out to these guys too. They pushed back up 6.5. Some sleepers, Newt, they do really good with their graphics and stuff that they've created.
Yeah.
We're starting to see that the Bitcoin runes ecosystem is starting to be the meme ecosystem. Where's that guy? There he is. Mr. Yin. We all learned from Mr. Yin how to create memes, because the guy is at his mastery at it. He's sitting here at almost right below 10 cents, 2 million. I expect it to get back to where it was before, but yeah. So runes is starting to get fun again. I don't know. How do you feel? You kind of checked out a little bit from the ecosystem. Are you checked back in?
Yeah, I'm kind of watching from afar. I think I think Rune's gonna do really well, but I think there's other spots in this ecosystem where I can actually do DeFi, and I'm kind of leaning towards that. I want to be super early to that, but I love that Runes are running right now. I love that we're actually finally seeing like what is going to be the top 5, and it does look like the Seiko Hamster and what is the other one? The Penguin.
Well, top 5 in terms of volume.
Well, I mean, like meme coins, yeah.
It's hard to tell after 3, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Right. Like I think Base Internet Panda has a really good shot because there's momentum building there. You got Chartfu kind of tweeting about it. Chartfu is kind of like a good and a bad. It's like if he tweets about it, you could be too late to it and then get dumped on. But if he tweets about it early, then that's a good indicator, right? But like, and then you have Psycho Hamster that's kind of running. But like these are all under 10 million. So it's more of like opportunities, right? Opportunities to jump back into or jump into that top 5 in terms of meme ability. Because you also have the Donald Trump, right? And it's sitting there at 3.86 million. Depending what happens in November, that thing can run hard.
Yeah.
So
our portfolio is probably looking pretty amazing at this point, right?
Yeah. We need to do
an update.
Members, yeah.
If you guys are a member, remember we have that portfolio. We're going to be updating that for you guys. Maybe we'll make some changes as well. We'll do that in the members only videos. So tune in if you're not a member. If you want to watch that, then you'll be a member. But okay, next thing here, partnership with the BTV and Ordinal Revolution. So we put out a thing yesterday, and it was basically exciting partnership where Drizzle announced a new collaboration between Ordinal Revolution and BTV.CN to bridge the gap between Eastern and Western. So guys, we know a lot of the the East. They are sometimes all over the place. What I mean by that is a lot of chains, right? Solana, Ethereum, stuff like that. Our main goal is to bring them to Bitcoin and bring them to ordinals. So with this partnership with someone like BTV, who kind of covers a lot of the space, not just Bitcoin, but are mainly focused on Bitcoin. The objective of this is to bring as many new people that are just entering the space in the East to Bitcoin. And that's always been what we've been doing in the West. Our main goal is to, hit you with the Bitcoin news and then bring you to the ordinal stuff to kind of get you started and then get you addicted like we are to the ordinals and, the runes and everything else that we have over here. So, but this is another way that we're trying to make our ecosystem the number one ecosystem. And by joining these guys as a partnership, we think it's a big deal for not only us but the entire ecosystem, right?
Yeah, yeah, and it's kind of like that West meets East type of situation, right? Like they're a media company that's covering, what we do in the East, right? And there's definitely alpha and stuff like that that's held over there, and it's not necessarily that they don't want to spread it to the West, but like there's not really the correct channels, and that can get lost in translations and stuff like that. And so what this whole objective is to be able to bring that alpha over to you guys as well in the West, and vice versa, and bring the alpha from the West to the East. And so it's kind of like making the entire Bitcoin ecosystem more cohesive from a geographical like worldview. And I think that this is a great start, right? So we'll see where this goes. We've had multiple meetings with these guys. We met them in person in Nashville, and we've really continued the conversation since then. So I think this is exciting. So get excited about this. We'll give you guys some more updates as time goes on.
Yeah, and if you are a YouTube member or a Ordinal Revolution pass holder, we're going to have opportunities with this deal for you guys as well. So if you don't have an Ordinal Revolution OG pass or a a YouTube membership, think about it, because we like to give back. Once we receive, we give back. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities for us in this, and there'll be a lot of opportunities for you guys as well. So moving along. Finally, bro, BitSmiley. You remember these guys? Do you remember BitSmiley and how much focused they were? We didn't have a stablecoin back then. We didn't have dreams of a stablecoin back then. But since then, we've had 3 stablecoins on Bitcoin: Hermetica, what is it? NUSD, and there's another one. I think it's what's the name of that? Ducat. So what do you think about BitSmiley at this point? And then I'm going to get into exactly what they're going to be doing with their airdrop.
Yeah, so BitSmiley was kind of a part of that Bitcoin layer 2 train, but they also wanted to, have a native Bitcoin either govern. I think the BRC20 that they deployed was a governance one. I'm not sure if it was a stable. Maybe BUSD was also deployed. But anyways, regardless, their whole objective was to really support the Bitcoin layer 2s, but also have that exposure to native layer, Bitcoin's native layer. So I think what happens once the Bitcoin layer 2s kind of calm down a little bit in terms of like noise, they also were kind of behind the scenes building. And so they recently announced, that, hey, the Smile token is going to be airdropped. And I know you've been waiting on this because like you got involved with their discs and stuff like that. They have really strong marketing and stuff before. So we'll see if they come back with that same intensity. I hope so. I really hope so. So we'll see what happens.
100%. They have BitUSD, and their main goal is to have it on all the layer 2s, all the EVM models and stuff like that. And hopefully eventually they do come to either a Rune or a BRC20 of some kind of
Fractal, maybe.
layer 1 asset, or even Fractal. Yeah. I did reach out to them, and I asked them if they're building on Fractal. They said they're looking into it. So I don't know if they are or not, but that gives them opportunity. You have to remember the model that they use is very similar to MakerDAO, and MakerDAO is EVM. So that's kind of why they are kind of staying on the L2, but you have to remember L2 is going to be pretty big, guys. Liquid staking is going to be massive. And, let's just say you want to get out of Bitcoin and into a stablecoin. This might be one of the ones that you jump into, because there's going to be yield opportunities, I'm sure, I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of yield opportunities with the BitUSD. So that is why we're covering it. And a lot of you guys probably staked your BitSmiley just like I did. I have an insane amount of BitDisc staked, and I want my airdrop. So let's dig into that. What is happening? What I was promised. Okay, so here goes. After nearly a year of development and growth, BitSmiley is about to reach critical milestone. Our token, our launch, Smile, together with our community members over the past year. BitSmiley has created many previous memories alongside the community. Blah 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 blah. Right? We don't need to do that, but this is what we want to see. Smile airdrop is here. So if you did the People's Launchpad, you're going to be eligible for the airdrop. If you did the Truman Show eligible participants, you are eligible for 10/15/2024. If you got an invalid BitDisc black inscription, so I have a bunch of those. I'm not sure if you do. Remember we tried minting them, but they came. We got the inscription, but it wasn't valid in the 10K.
Those count.
Those count. So you will get an airdrop if you did those. It's gonna be very
Interesting.
small, but you will get an airdrop. So preseason Bitpoint eligible. So that's 1021. You'll get that airdrop. And then you have season 1 Bitpoint 1023. You'll get that airdrop. So they're really breaking this down to every couple days of getting this airdrop. And of course, the BitDisc Black Stakers. That is what I staked. You staked them on Merlin. I've been earning a crap load of BitJade, dude. I have an insane amount of BitJade. I staked it the first hour that you're able to, so I have an insane amount of points. So I will finally get my airdrop on October 28th. So look out for that, guys. This is something that I can't wait to get and probably sell. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm excited to finally get something from months and months and months of waiting.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on all this?
Well, I mean, the timing of it at the end of October is like perfect, right? Because at the end of the day, like from October 28th, was there 31 days? You're talking about 3 plus 5, about 9 days after that, we'll have like a definitive kind of resolution of the election and stuff. And we'll see how the markets go from there, right? So if it goes in our favor, then this could be amazing for them, and you might end up holding. Or if you sell before then, you might end up crying, I guess, after that date.
100%. So yeah, so I don't know. I might hold on to a piece of this because now you just gave me FOMO into what happens next. But I've been waiting like 7 months with, I don't know, a lot of money staked in there because I paid a good amount of money for these things, like $2,000 each. So I'm kind of hoping to just get like half my money back at this point, because I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, that like when you got into those discs were like, they were hot, but like the thing is that people made a lot if they flipped them at that point, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I mean, you're talking about like large percentage gains at that time. But I mean, I don't know. I think people, there's other people probably waiting that also have at stake. So more than anything, I want to see them have a solid stable token that has really good foundation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because if they succeed, then the exposure, if you do hold on to some of this, it could be massive, right? Stable token is one of the hardest projects to sustain, but like going into the bull market, it's like it's not as hard, right? Because like there's so much liquidity that flows in. So this is like the opportunity for them to really build up that strong foundation, and we'll see if it happens, right? Because there's gonna be a lot. We had Charlie Hugh on a Spaces that we hosted for Ordinal Hive on, was that Friday?
Yes.
I think it was Friday, Thursday, maybe
Monday.
That was last Monday. Or is that this Monday?
2 days ago. 2 days
Dude,
ago.
my mind is like gone. Okay. So yeah, 2 days ago, and he is heavily involved with BitLayer, and he does a ton of work there. But he was talking about how the Layer 2 ecosystem, they're all like collaborating, the ones that are active, and they're all working to build a strong foundation. This is big for BitSmiley because of that, right? They're going to have a lot of volume to support. So we'll see. For your sake, I hope that they continue like to put out more information and build a strong foundation.
Yeah, 100%. And we know they took in a lot of money. We know a lot of investors, invested in them in the seed round and stuff like that. So I'm really hoping that their product is ready and it comes out and it's phenomenal, right? Because it's another way to attract people from the Ethereum side, the DeFi side to Bitcoin. And if they start that way, they eventually come into runes and ordinals and stuff that we have on the main chain. So another way of adoption through EVM.
Yep, 100%.
Johnny told us airdrops are so 2023. I
There
don't
was
know
a
why that
lot.
comment got me.
There was a lot in 2023 in our ecosystem.
100%. Guys, remember, if you haven't done it yet, put BitPerp in the chat for your chance to enter the wheel. We're going to give away 5 BitPerp MVP passes for you guys. So definitely get into that wheel spinning. And
Yep.
then we'll jump to the next topic.
Yeah, and put some questions in the chat so I can read them while Shizzy's adding your names to the wheel, because we want to make sure that he's focused on that.
I've been grabbing them as we go. I still have a lot of work to do though, but BTC.fun introducing easy gain. So this is something from, do we know what team this is from?
So they're their own team.
Okay.
They're their own team. But like this concept is very, very interesting, right? Because now we're gonna have two like pump.fun styles, but this one's different. It's not your traditional pump.fun style, right? Sorry, I thought you were showing that.
No, I can grab it though.
Yeah, if you want to go to their X page. But yeah, so the idea from my understanding is that they're going to be, creating, like, deploying BTC native assets like runes, that's going to pair with like multi-chain tokens, right? So like if someone from Solana wants to do a pump.fun style token that's a rune, what they'll do is they'll add a certain amount of Solana, and it'll get cut in half, and then half of it will be that rune and half of it will be Solana, and so they can actually do it from their Solana wallet, right? And then same thing with Ethereum, same thing with like Polygon or whatever other ecosystems they involve. So this is a way to actually inject liquidity from multiple different areas, right? So I think this is very interesting. I think you can see the chart right there, right? You see the flow chart. So it starts with BTC or runes. Does that say miners?
Where
at the top? If you could read that flow chart right there.
Yeah, hold on. Let me just what's it?
And it says dump BTC.
Is not happy with me going in, but
okay, that's fine.
That exactly?
Oh, I mean, where that flow chart says BRC20 and runes, the first box.
Oh, okay, and then it says miners, and then dump BTC. So it says preventing miners from draining liquidity during traditional launches. So this is basically a way to stop the people from just dumping. And that's the BRC20 and right into the liquidity pool. So they're definitely doing stuff with runes and BRC20. So that's different. We know that France is building Sats Pump Fun, but it's fractal only. It's Cat 20s only. So this is something that's going to be a runes and a BRC20.
Yeah, but the part that really attracted me was the multi-chain approach to this, and people can use different wallets, right? So we're gonna see if this model works, and if it does, it's really gonna work, right? Because you're talking about bringing liquidity from Solana, bringing liquidity from Ethereum, bringing liquidity from Base, bringing liquidity from Polygon, all those different different chains, right? So I'm excited about this. I think it's gonna be awesome. I do think that they're going to be doing a lot of things with Merlin chain for this. So like, I think the fees that people pay with this is going to be through Merlin tokens. It's going to help that token, but the actual like rune part is going to be happening on Bitcoin's native layer, is my understanding. We're going to get more information. I know someone from our team wrote an article about this. We'll drop it out for you guys, so you have a little bit more information, but look out for more info on this project, because I think they're going to be coming up launching very, very soon.
Yeah, man, definitely excited for that. I mean, the more of this, the better, right? You can't have enough exciting things, and especially LP pools. You gotta love liquidity pools for sure. All right. Let's get into the next thing here. Ovato, previously Ord Levi. I'm glad they changed that name. Ovato is a lot easier for me to say. But anyway, they're dropping their launchpad, and it is pretty amazing. These guys have been building in ordinals for a really, really long time, so it's really cool to see them finally launch something. So if you go to launch here, you can launch your product. They'll walk you through exactly how. But if you see currently minting, This is what I'm talking about here. So the OV cats, there's 420. All you have to do is sign in with your wallet. This is the whitelist, but the public sale starts in 9 hours. I definitely want to support this team, and I was lucky enough to get a whitelist. It's like it cost me like $3, so I can't imagine that it's much more for you guys. So definitely jump into public sale, and you guys can grab one of these.
Are you
cats
showing
for
your?
420.
I don't see your screen.
Oops, yeah, that's probably a problem. Yeah, so these are the OV cats right here.
Yeah, so I actually had an opportunity to meet Shaft, which is one of the founders of Ovato, and his team when I was in Singapore, and those guys are amazing dudes. I mean, like really humble team. You know, I was on the Ordzar yacht party with them. You know, and you know, just having conversations with them. They're really bright dudes too. You know, we had Shaft on for an interview, so Ovato is going to provide a lot of tooling for the space guys. So check out this website in general, right? So like someone without like dev experience can create a project or do something with this tool set that they have for you guys. And this is just kind of their first kind of collection to the community to kind of get things started. So it's exciting. I'm excited for those guys.
Yeah. It's the first one, right? So it's really cool. I think it's definitely worth getting. It's from me 420. So I do like the art. The art actually looks pretty cool. But yeah, so check out ovato.com. All right, jump to the next thing here. Sadex wallet. Show my screen again here. So Sadex, they dropped their wallet. They actually did you know they had a wallet? Because I had no idea until this. It does seem like a Unisat fork though.
Okay.
So
yeah, I
they do have
didn't.
a
I
wallet.
didn't know they had a wallet. I've only known their marketplace.
If you look at it, it's very. I mean, it's Unisat, right? So, but they do have very much, you know, a lot of stuff going on with Cat. They did have a bunch of features that Unisat hasn't put out for their wallet yet, but you can merge up to 4 pieces of the Cat 20. This is an issue that I'm having, right? When I'm trying to do things with my Cat 20s, there's just in too many UTXOs, like way too many. Like when I was minting like 200 at a time, but I mint it like 400 times, right? So I just have so many UTXOs and I need to merge them to be able to do things on DotSwap without, because anytime I do something on DotSwap, it basically alarms out and it says I can only do a very small amount at a time. So doing the merge process, it's kind of very similar to what Runes does, you know, but it's a little different in that. But eventually I'm hoping these wallets will be able to do automatic merges and stuff when you're doing stuff. But I'm sure that's coming. But for now, you can use Sadex's wallet here to do that.
Yeah. Is there a chance for you to lose anything when you merge your UTXOs? Because that's what I would be afraid of, is like losing something. Maybe like when you pay your fees or something. I don't know. But yeah, I've done UTXO consolidation with Ordinal's wallet before. So, but I didn't have anything like major in those wallets. You know.
So this is a little different on the sense that it just sends it all to yourself. So all it's doing in the back end is sending a transaction to yourself. They're just sending it all at once. You know what I mean? So there's no really way to lose anything in this aspect, and I'm pretty sure that's how they're doing it. They're just kind of sending it all. So when you receive it, you're just kind of all receiving all of your Cat 20 together in one UTXO. One UTXO.
Gotcha.
It's called merging, but in reality, just look at it as sending it to yourself, and it all just coming in one UTXO. But I don't think there's a way to lose anything, and I'm sure they battle tested. The Sadex guys seem to be on top of their game. So,
Yep.
All right, so you can transfer your Cat 20s to another Taproot address, merge up to 4 pieces of Cat 20 tokens into one piece. 0 service fee, by the way. So you're only paying the Bitcoin network fee. That's it.
Interesting.
All right. Yep. And then our last piece of thing here is I want to take a look at Pizza Swap really quickly.
Uh-oh.
So Pizza Swap, and of course, this is not coming up. 1 second. It's Pizza Farm. Pizza Farm has analytics and stuff like that, and they posted something today about the top 10, and I kind of wanted to show that here. All right, so what do you think you're looking at? What do you think the top 10 is? And I was shocked to see
Wait, is this Pizza Swap or Pizza Farm?
This is Pizza Swap, but Pizza Farm is showing you the analytics. So Pizza Farm, this is what is in Pizza Swap.
Okay, gotcha.
But it's from the guys at Pizza
smart.
Farm.
Yeah, smart for them to create that, you know, because if you look at Pizza Swap, sometimes it's just hard to look at, You know what I
It
mean?
really is. It's
And so this was definitely needed, in my opinion. So, cool. Yeah, I didn't expect Wordy and what was that
Quack,
Quack
yeah, Quack. Yep, go Mo Ducks.
to be the number one TVL there. But happy to see Glizzy at number 2. The Sats together. I mean, these are pretty low TVLs, man.
Yeah, I know.
I would expect more for sure.
Oh no, and when you're locking your stuff in, you don't know when you can get it out. I mean, last time they said 14 days and it was 6 months.
But still, I mean, maybe you're right, because in the beginning, like, but the LPs on layer 1 were much higher. We're talking about over a million for the first pool, and then Honk was number 2 for a very long time with over 500K. It got up to like 700K in TVL. So to me, this is a little bit of a slow start. I think if they can get things going, though, that this could pick up. But this is a little disappointing, to be honest, for me.
Well, I was kind of expecting this because it's kind of like screw me once, shame on me. Screw me, or screw me once, shame on you. Screw me twice, shame on me. And I think people are a lot smarter this time and realize, like, you know what? Like for me, I have a lot of glizzy, and I would put my glizzy in here if there was a way for me to take it back out, right? Because I would put it up against, something that's a little bit more degen, so they kind of move together, like Mooncast or something like that, and then I can earn fees on that. So I would love to do this, but I do not want to get locked in because there is no way to get out. So
yeah,
I think that's the problem.
I thought so. Are they waiting on OKX because OKX was supposed to fix some indexing issues or something?
Yeah, it's all indexing with the withdrawal.
Is there a date when they're expected for this to be completed?
They said 2 weeks at start day. So I mean, we're probably at the 8th or 9th day since this really launched. I don't even remember.
Yeah, it's so safe to be safe. Probably expect one more week, and then we'll see.
I mean, I'm expecting November. Honestly, I love Unisat, but their days are always off. So, but they weren't for the last 2. I mean, they did get the chain up and running very quickly. So, but yeah, man. So that is Pizza Swap, and that looks like that is all of our topics. We did have this other topic, magical gift from Merlin. 40,000 Merl tokens have been conjured to the Merlin 2. What is it? Merlin Layer 2 to reward participants of the Merlin Seal staking event from the Blue Mineral. So if you have a blue mineral, you are getting 1 Merl for every mineral that you have staked in. What is it? What is it called? Club mining, right?
No, Miner Club.
Miner Club.
Miner.club, MNER.CLUB.
So take a look at that, guys. You might have got an airdrop, or you might get a claim or something. So if you do have that, it wasn't really big news, so I kind of just saved it for the end. But they are giving away 10,000. It looks like about $10,000 worth of Merl to the 21,000 people. But that's you might get more later once they see how many is not staked. So.
Yep.
Right,
and there was a comment. Well, there was a comment here. Almost Done 71 says, talking about miners, did you see Foxy's BitMiner announcement today? I looked for that and I didn't see anything. Do you know what he's talking about here?
So they are at Amsterdam, and I know a lot of stuff is coming out from that. So if I do not know.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that. I'm on the Foxy page, but I don't see an announcement there. There's something that's pinned that is from September 23rd, though. So I'm not sure if that's what you're talking about. But we'll look into it. We'll talk to the team. See if we can get any updates on that, and then we'll drop it tomorrow if we hear anything.
If you have the rumor, I would love to hear it. If you want to throw it in the chat as well, we'll actually comment.
He said it's in their Discord. So
we'll
have to check in there. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'm in there, but I have to take a look in there. So cool. Appreciate that. So I think that was like the only question with 382 people in here right now. So how close are we to getting this wheel spun?
Not close at all.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I was doing the show. Like, what do you want?
I'm just kidding.
But
all right, I'll go through the comments. You focus on that. Put some questions in the comments, guys. And we will answer your questions accordingly. Z says, loving Yagobi's memetics. Yes. I'm telling you, something got in me to where once I started realizing it's not that hard to create these meme videos using tools. And I was like, I'm already decent at Photoshop. I'm not like a Photoshop wizard, but like good enough, you know. And so I started diving into that. But I'll tell you what, guys, like it's it's definitely created engagement for me. That's kind of obvious, right? So if you guys are looking for engagement, create some memes. It will help. That is for sure. Nighthawk UXL, our guy that works so hard through the night and sometimes during the day, working hard, driving and stuff like that. Working hard probably to be able to get some more exposure to the Bitcoin ecosystem, because he wants to have freedom in the future with that. He says, what does Shizzy and Mr. Yagobi have for breakfast before morning? Man, I'm not going to lie. Like, I will say 95% of the time, I don't eat breakfast. I drink an energy drink, which is probably not great for me. But I usually wait till lunch to eat. But Shizzy, do you do a breakfast at all or not?
Not really. So somewhere I take my kids to school every morning. Some morning they'll ask me to go to Dunkin', and then I'll grab like a sausage wrap or something. But maybe like once a week. I don't normally. If I don't eat that, I don't normally eat anything. I drink like 4 cups of coffee, though. So I don't know if that counts as breakfast, but
Yep. Tiago Cyprian says, "Win Lambo, please. Stay safe,
Tuesday.
Yes, I was gonna say on a Tuesday. But yes, stay safe for all the people in Florida. There's definitely multiple people that we know from the space there. I know like John from Aletheus Agora is there. So stay safe, John, you and your team, your brother and stuff, as well as Kai Effect, and then whoever else is in Florida. Be smart, stay safe, and take cover, right? Because this is supposed to be a huge storm that's coming in. Let's see what else is here. Do tons of BitPerp. I love the BitPerp participation there.
All right.
Are you done already? Wow, that's fast.
Yeah. So what I did was I did the wheel. I had a bunch of names from yesterday still on it. So, and I went to go look, and most of them are still here. So
Gotcha.
I'm not going to. You might have your name on here twice. Who knows? I don't know. I don't think you do. I tried to do it, but let me show the wheel here, and guys, let me know if your name is not on here. Let me try to zoom in here.
Yeah, check the wheel. I feel like you're zooming out. There you go. You're zooming in now. Check the wheel and make sure that you guys are on there if you put BitPerp in the chat. But our guy Bitmap News asked, why is Bitmap community so based? It's so based because they have stuck through the ups and the downs and the sideways and the downs and the downs and the downs and then the ups again. And because they know that there's going to be a big ups. But, I will say that the Bitmap community is one of the most resilient. And shout out to Bitmap News. They host, I believe it was a daily. Maybe it's not daily anymore, but like a great spaces with the Bitmap community. So go follow them on X and start attending their spaces because there's a lot of Bitmap education. And one thing I will give you guys credit for is that, I know there was a lot of just trying to figure out what's wrong with Bitmap, what's wrong with the floor price, what's wrong with this. And a lot of people were, including myself, I'll admit it. I said, build more. And I'm starting to see that. And I think a lot of it is because of what you guys have done in the spaces there. So appreciate you, Bitmap News, and keep doing the good work that you're doing there.
Does anyone not see their name? Moses Glide, I think I have you on here from yesterday.
Here is so no one is saying that they're missed. Mike's World, did you see Mike's World?
Yeah, he's on there. He's right.
Okay. Moses Glide.
So I'll add you because I don't see you, Moses.
No, you know what it is? It's Moses G Slide.
Okay.
That's what it is. Bitmap Gallery says John is banned today, right? No.
John is banned every day. No, I'm just
kidding. Future Forward says guesses on tap airdrop percentages. So I don't think there's guesses. There doesn't need to be guesses. I think it's in their tokenomics, right?
Yeah, I can't remember. Well, I think it was like I remember I was bitching about it. I think it was like 9%.
Yeah. No, I think it's 5% because the team got hired, didn't they?
Yeah, I think you're right. I can't remember what it was
Yeah,
exactly, but
we'll look at that again. It's either between 5 and 10%. So it's either 5% or it's 9%. But anyways, yeah, and then you'll
on there.
also have future emissions too from the track validators too. So
I don't see fixed. I thought you were on here. I'll add you.
yeah, add fixed on there. Future Forward says, shout out to Blockrunner and Benny for building on Bitmap. Yeah, shout out to those guys. Shout out to both those guys as well. Look, I mean, at the end of the day, there's been a lot of people that have contributed to the success of Bitmap, and you know, some of them have created their own products and stuff like that. And you know, some people aren't going to agree with it, and some people are. And I think at the end of the day, you know, the market will speak to what is to be true and what's to be the most successful way of doing things. And I think that, you know, everybody will have to sit at the dinner table and eat their meal at that point and just be happy with it, right? Because like that's how we move on in life. But at the end of the day, you know, we do need to support each other in the terms in the facts of like what they have done to bring exposure and stuff to the space. So let's try to work together here.
All right, you ready?
All right, we're ready for this is going to be the first spin for the BitPerp VIP passes. Let's go. 380 people watching.
If you do win, guys, reach out to me on Twitter. I'm still waiting for a couple of you guys from yesterday. And I'll tweet it today who I still need from. So check that out. And you know, by the end of the week, I'll make sure I have everyone. I'll reach out to you guys in the chat if needed. But I'll make sure that you guys are put on. So let's give out today's new 5 winners.
Yep, so hold the winner so I can message you. Okay.
Gotcha. Sounds good.
All right. Good luck. Who is it? Is it our guy? Is it our? Yeah,
oh,
sure. Congrats, man.
Yasser.
Well deserved.
Finally, I feel like he never wins anything. So let's go.
All right, go ahead.
All right, let's jump to the next one here.
Good luck. Good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, hope to see. I almost said it's so tight because there's so many more people this time. It's just so tight. But yeah, congratulations. Hope to see.
Yep. All right. Good luck for this. This is the 3rd spin, guys.
Come on,
Neon. All right. Congrats and good luck to spin number 4.
Okay. Mike's World. Oh, hey! It's so close, dude. So close. Good job, Mike.
Yep. Congratulations, Mike. All right. Final spin here. Good luck.
And guys, don't remember you'll have 2 more chances to win tomorrow and the next day. Nice.
Amir Khan. All right. Congrats to all the winners, man. I just saw a comment that came in and says, pound of 4 locos. Do they even sell those anymore? Goodness gracious. I remember those. They're like energy drinks with alcohol in them. But congrats to all the winners. We appreciate you guys participating. You know, this is big. You guys are gonna get a BitPerp VIP pass. From what we're told, you're gonna be able to trade that on the secondary if you want to, or just be able to hold for the benefits, you know. So it's gonna be exciting, man. Exciting next month for BitPerp and their platform and the mainnet launch as well. So I'm excited for those guys and y'all to be participating because I can't wait to jump in and trade there. That's my biggest thing.
Paper trading is gonna be fun, especially when you know we're gonna do it like segment on it and stuff like that. It's gonna be really just fun just to do it. But guys, just so you guys know, I'm keeping your names on there for tomorrow. It just makes my life so much easier and kind of just going in and just adding the names that aren't there. So I'm just going to do that tomorrow. It'll just make it easier. So if you're watching this late and you did miss this, could join us tomorrow. Put your name in the chat, and if your name's not already in there, I will add you in there. It's just an easier way to do it. So you guys don't even need to comment tomorrow. you're already going to be registered, I'm going to keep you guys registered. So, but
Oh,
still, tune in tomorrow.
I don't love that. I don't love that.
Well, dude, I'm not sitting here and grabbing 65 names every day.
Well, maybe we just need an intern. We need an intern.
Yeah, who wants to be an intern?
Yeah,
So.
we need to find an intern, like the Ordinal Hive intern. Now,
because what I do is I grab them all and put them in ChatGPT and ask it to give me all the names. But sometimes it'll give me like name. It's just so messed up. And I have to go through and I gotta edit it.
but yeah. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll figure something else out because I definitely I want it to be fair, right? Like I don't want someone that has shown up one day and then they can win, like, you know. So
yeah,
we'll figure it out. Like we'll just make sure that you don't do it that way again.
Yeah.
But we'll figure it out. But yeah, you know, congrats to the 5 winners, and also thank you guys, 372 people hanging out with us still, you know, for the show. And if you do have time, please check out our partners, guys. It helps us a ton. You know, like we love what we do. We did decide to make that move to go full time, and if you guys didn't watch the show, we couldn't do this. So first and foremost, we want to thank you. And also, if the sponsors or the partners didn't, you know, partner with us, we wouldn't be able to do it as well. So we want to thank them as well. So if you have a moment, check out our partners. BitPerp is a perpetual leverage DEX that will be launching in Q4 on Bitcoin Layer 2, and they're going to extend into that whole ecosystem of Layer 2s, guys. So check them out. You can go to bitperp.io, but they are going to have the paper trading competition next week, I believe, towards the end of the week. So we're looking at the 15th. I'm going to go ahead and say it because that's what they're, you know, they're very, very confident with that. And so check them out, guys. They're going to have a lot of runes available, so they're going to be a little bit different than anything you're used to. So that's going to be very, very fun. And then Ordinal Hive, they're in Amsterdam right now. So if you are attending Bitcoin Amsterdam, go link up with these guys. They have an event happening there. Go to their X account and try to sign up if you can. If you're a builder, if you're just a community member, sign up and they'll let you in. They're really cool guys. Fonzie, McDurr, his whole team. So go check them out. They are a aggregator marketplace for ordinals on Bitcoin Layer 1. They also have a platform on Merlin chain, and you can use either one right now on beta.ordinalhive.io. You can list, you can trade, you can sell, you can buy, you can earn points if you do any of those activities. Merlin chain is going to be doing or on the Merlin chain side, I should say, Ordinal Hive and Unicross is going to have a campaign they're going to run that give you kind of an extra bonus for activity. But you're going to earn points. And if you know what points mean in our space, then you know what that means for a later date, right? So go earn those points. You know, Shizzy is a point hawk. He loves to go, you know, find the good points, and Ordinal Hive is definitely one of them. Fluid Tokens is a platform where you can stake on Bitcoin Layer 1 right now. You know, you missed your window for the Billy Cat stake, but there's like 4 other staking vaults right now. There's more to come. These guys are innovative. They're UTXO devs that have built on Cardano, and they're building on Bitcoin. Imagine what they're going to be able to do when OpCat comes. But they're doing things even before OpCat, DeFi. So they're giving us the ability to build up TVL on Bitcoin Layer 1. Check them out. Check their website out. If you are a project and you want to, you know, involve your project with their staking program to benefit your holders, reach out to Raul, which is their CTO, or reach out to us. We'll get you connected with them. And if you want to trade runes, you can also trade runes on their platform. They actually act as an aggregator, and it is like a swap as well, because they use liquidity from the buy and sell limit orders on all the platforms, and they split the runes up for you. So check them out there. And then Foxy is a tap protocol builder. They're building the Bitverse. They're building the Clan Wars, which is first-person shooter game, guys. It's really, really fun. I played it for about an hour and a half 2 Sundays ago. And once that's ready, man, there's going to be a lot of competition. We have a collaboration with them as well to have sniper rifles, guys. It's a BRC 420. It's going to be the only available sniper rifle in their game. So wait for more information on that. If you are Ordinal Revolution pass holder or a YouTube paid member, you're going to get a free airdrop of those, but they're going to be unique to your tier that you're in. And so we'll have more information on that. And then finally, Merlin Chain, the #1 scaling solution for Bitcoin Layer 1 assets. You can trade them on the chain. You can trade them on Merlin Swap, Verothium Dex. You can, do many things with them. You can stake on bitmap.game. And if you're a builder, you can also scale your protocol from Layer 1 to Merlin Chain, just like Ordinal Hive did. They have amazing grant programs as well. So check those guys out. And we thank you so much for checking out our partners, guys.
100%. And guys, please check out ordinalrevolution.com. We have some of the best articles dating all the way back to last year. If you know someone just entering the space, please send them our website. We really feel like it can help them really get started and learn about everything that has happened. And if you're looking for a VPN, rumor has it that, you know, when you sign in to Magic Eden, they put you to magiceden.us. I don't think that's a good idea to log in with your wallet like that, but that's up to you. And if you want a different way to do it, you can use this VPN here. And you have to remember, VPNs are very legal. They're very legal. You cannot get in trouble having VPN. Privacy is a right that we have. And then you also have, you know, we have Satoshi converter. And then if you're going to Bitcoin Las Vegas, we have tickets here. If you're 100% know that you are going, get your tickets as soon as possible. And that's only because they get expensive every Friday. More and more expensive. So you want to click here, get them cheap as possible now, and make sure you get the industry pass. We learned last year that the festival pass doesn't get you the first day. And me and Yagobi loved the first day because it was a lot more chill than the second and third day. So definitely check that out if you're interested in going to Bitcoin Las Vegas, which we will both be at. And if you're looking for merch, we have some of the best merch. I ordered some shirts that are coming soon. Looking forward to them. So we have some really cool stuff. And if you want some stuff added, this is done through a third party. We give them the designs, they create it. So when you do order, we don't get your address, we don't get your name. It just goes through them, and we get a little bit of kickback for the design. So definitely check that out, guys. And we are live Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. UTC. So check us out all week, guys. And until tomorrow,
Peace.
We OG, oh no G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to upload. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Rooms is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro.
Real stuff.
Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, that shit found fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, lock it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nuki on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me.